All right, traffic circles. We all use them, but do we really actually know how to use them the right way? Well, I'm here to show you that in a few simple steps, you'll never get it wrong and you'll always be the perfect person to go through this. So, when you're coming up on one of these, it is basically like a four-way stop, but instead of stopping with four different stop signs, it is a continuous circle to where traffic flows evenly and things just go really well when it's used right. So here we have some nuts. These are going to represent cars. We got a little boat over here that's going to be a person. All right, so here we go. Let's say you're heading down the street here. The first thing you're going to really want to look for is if there's anybody in the pedestrian walk, uh, if there is one, if you're like in an in-town place, or if you are out into more of a rural area that is just simply an intersection that doesn't have one, you're always going to want to check this first because it is the pedestrian's right of way no matter what. If they're on the sidewalk or if they're actually walking in the provided area for them, they will always have the right of way. So you're going to want to make sure you check that first. If there is one, just yield to them. Just come up to them, stop, let them pass, and you can move on your merry way. The second step is you're going to want to look for anybody that's already in the actual traffic circle. You're going to look to your left. Traffic circles work counterclockwise. All right, so you're going into the circle. You've done step one, there's nobody in the crosswalk. You've done step two, there's nobody to the left. So there's one more step that you need to do when heading into one of these traffic circles. And depending on the intersection, this is a four-way intersection traffic circle. There's also, five or six. It can vary how big these are actually. So when you're heading into one of these, you should already know what exit you're going to take. So the number of exits are going to be what come first on your right side. So this is going to be exit 1, 2, and 3. Or if you're doing a complete U-turn, exit 4, which will just go all the way around and back out. So you've already done the first three steps. Let's say you're taking the third exit. You're going to enter the intersection and go to the inside lane for exit 1 and 2. As you get close to exit 3, you're going to slowly get wider on your turn and make the exit. Alright, so let's just say you are taking the second exit. So just a straight through pass. For this, do check 1, 2, and 3, and you'll head on into the intersection. You want to stay kind of tight to the inner portion of the circle and just kind of go a little bit around it and go on through on your way. And this works for each of the different ways to go across the circle. All right, so here we go. We're going to go into a real life traffic circle. We're going to check for step 1. There's nobody in the crosswalk. Check for step 2. There's nobody on to the left of us. So we're going to go ahead and go into the intersection. We're going to the second exit, so we're going to stay close to the inside for exit 1 and head on out for the second exit. Alright, so I didn't actually get a chance to film this demonstration. It's very awkward to hold your iPad up and block most of your windshield as you're going around a traffic circle to show this. Also, there was not many people walking today, so I'm going to give you this demonstration instead. So, we're going to have a car entering here, a car in the intersection here, and a pedestrian walking across here. So you're heading on in. You're going to do step 1. There's a pedestrian. So you're going to go ahead and stop. He's going to walk on his way through. You're going to check for step 2, which is a car that is coming around the intersection and is preparing to take one of the exits. Now, the car's location is very key. If he's on the inside, you'll notice that he'll be going towards this exit here. But if he's more on the outside, he'll be taking the exit right next to you. In this case, he's going to take the exit right next to you, so you can go ahead and enter the intersection. But as you were doing that, this car over here has entered the intersection right as you're driving, and we'll go ahead and enter over here as you take the second exit. Alright, so with all of that set aside, there are a few things that can make a traffic circle not work. The first thing is if someone just simply doesn't use it the right way. And that is the majority of the time someone coming up to an intersection and a car is going around and he decides to stop because his approach was off, and he waits for this guy to go past and then he enters. Happens all the time. That's how some of these things work. Another thing is if there are fire trucks, police cars, ambulances, or other emergency personnel that are already in the intersection or are coming into the intersection. And for these things, you treat them just like how you would with any other sort of emergency vehicle coming on you. If you're already in an intersection, the best thing is to do is get to the right and stop. Or if you're here, like at the pedestrian walk, or if there is one, go ahead and just stop in general. Because these people will go ahead and get out of the way for them so they can take the exit that they need. Another thing that can interrupt the way traffic circles work are people that try to go the wrong way around the intersection. So like I said in the beginning of the video, traffic circles work counterclockwise, and people that are coming up to them and don't know how they work properly, they will try to go left at these. And if you do, and there's somebody else already in the intersection, things can go pretty bad, or you might be one of these people. And lastly here, in one final recap, to make sure that these traffic circles always go the right way, follow the 3 steps. Check for pedestrians, check for cars oncoming to the left, and know which exit you're going to take. With all this in mind, these things should never go wrong, and they should always have a nice flow around them for any time of the day, except if there's a emergency vehicle that's in the process. Thank you, and all have a great day.